I can still vividly remember watching 2012's The Avengers for the first time. I wasn't a comic book reader, but I certainly was a fan of this experimental Marvel Cinematic Universe that Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige was creating. Comic book movies were nothing new, but a shared universe of heroes crossing over with each other was unprecedented. I can remember heading on over to Google after the credits rolled and the lights went up in a packed theater to search for a mysterious purple man that was teased during the end credit scene. His name is Thanos, and was the main bad guy in a universe-altering saga of comics based around his quest for a metal glove full of stones that could level half the universe. In my 14-year-old mind, that was maybe the greatest sentence I could ever imagine. Well, other than one day hearing, "She likes you too," or "What do you want me to pick you up from Chick-fil-A?" You know, teen boy stuff. I pocketed my phone and began to speculate. Would I see Thanos in the inevitable Avengers 2? Turns out, building up to a universe-altering comic book story can't happen in just 3 years. Us Marvel fanboys had to patiently wait 6 years for Thanos and his snappy plan. But this plan wasn't your typical run-of-the-mill take over the world. It was different. For some reason, as I sat in the exact same theater 6 years later, I actually began to understand why Thanos wanted to kill off half the universe. Never before had I actually understood motives behind a villain's plan. So, I wanted to explain why I was able to understand and sympathize for Thanos by using Kenneth Burke's Dramatism theory in this rhetorical analysis. Kenneth Burke developed dramatism during the early years of the Second World War as a response to America's tendency towards total obedience during wartime. The theory helps determine the underlying motives that justify people breaking different rules of living. Burke came up with a tool called the pentad that helps specifically identify motives in a text meaning the thing being analyzed. So, here are the 5 basic elements found in every communicative act and what they mean. Act, the motivated action taking place. Agents, the characters involved. Scene, the context in which it occurred. Agency, how the act occurs in relation to a scene. Purpose, the ultimate goal of the act. These elements help the rhetorical critic, the person doing the analysis, to understand the act and its motive. Once the motive is understood, the rhetorical critic needs to find justifications for the act. Burke believed that the driving force in all motivations and acts was guilt, and came up with 3 different types of guilt that a reader, the actor, speaker, or author in a text, could use to justify their actions. The 3 types of guilt are transcendence, mortification, and scapegoating. Transcendence sees the motive as an act for a higher calling. Mortification sees the reader asking for forgiveness, and scapegoating pushes the blame for an act on something or someone else. With all that out of the way, let's talk Infinity War. Avengers Infinity War saw all the Marvel heroes that have been introduced in the past 10 years come on screen together for the first time ever, as the Mad Titan Thanos, tricked out in an Infinity Gauntlet, seeks out the remaining 5 Infinity Stones in an attempt to level half the universe. The heroes split into 4 separate teams, trying either to prevent Thanos from getting their respective stone or stopping him altogether. Eventually, all 4 teams fail, and Thanos completes the gauntlet. With a snap of his fingers, half the universe, and half our heroes, fade to dust. Thanos retreats to a beautiful planet to rest, his purpose fulfilled. Rather than telling you Thanos' reasoning, why don't you hear it from him?
I saved you.
No. No. We were happy on my home planet.
Going to bed hungry, scrounging for scraps. Your planet was on the brink of collapse. I'm the one who stopped that. Do you know what's happened since then? The children born have known nothing but full bellies and clear skies. It's a paradise.
Because you murdered half the planet.
A small price to pay for salvation.
You're insane.
Little one, it's a simple calculus. This universe is finite, its resources finite. If life is left unchecked, life will cease to exist. It needs correction.
You don't know that!
I'm the only one who knows that. At least I'm the only one with the will to act on it.
After years of killing off half the populations of planets, Thanos went on a quest to assemble the Infinity Gauntlet so that he could efficiently kill half the universe, and in turn, save half the universe. We learned later in the film that he tried to prevent his home planet of Titan from going extinct by proposing genocide, but they did not listen and the population died off. So how does Thanos' plan fit into the pentad model? It's simple. The act, erasing half of all life in the universe. The agent, Thanos. The scene, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. His agency, the Infinity Gauntlet. The purpose? To assemble the Infinity Gauntlet. This pentad explains Thanos' motive, but what is his justification for his actions? Thanos explains that he is the only one with the will to act on what he describes as divine purpose. Using the Kenneth Burke dramatism theory, we can say that Thanos' justification for his actions fall under transcendence. He killed half the universe because he believed that he was the only one who could save it. He believed that he had a higher calling. In conclusion, Kenneth Burke's dramatism theory helps us identify Thanos' motive and justifications for his action. The writers of the movie could have made Thanos a killing machine that just wanted to kill half the universe as an excuse for the Avengers to assemble once more, but they didn't. Using rhetorical analysis, we see that they thought out Thanos' actions beforehand. While I wouldn't suggest killing half the universe, I can see where Thanos is coming from, and find it admirable that he would try and save trillions of people he didn't know. Thanks to dramatism theory, I can understand why Thanos assembles the Infinity Gauntlet, and can appreciate Avengers Infinity War for the dynamic and intricate story it is. If this is your first time at my YouTube channel, thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button, and if you like hearing my voice, hit the subscribe button. But that's going to be all from me today. Thanks for watching.